How to stay focused when starting a business. So let's talk about that because it's challenging enough to be in a work life and a personal life. I'm going to give you some very clear strategies. And at the end, again, my $1 trillion tip on how I stay absolutely focused on what I'm doing and can own a lot of other companies at the same time. You're going to grow into that. It's called capacity. Three things I want to talk about. First of all is how do you stay focused when you're starting a business, especially for those of you out there that also have a job. So how are you going to do both? And if you have kids and family, all of that, let's talk about those strategies. I did most of this. 90% of my life as a single mom, so I got those nailed. Number two, let's talk about overcoming the distractions and staying focused, especially if you're in a home office. I have a huge opinion about that. You're going to love it. Number three, the power of focus and determination. Now, you've heard a lot about this, but I'm going to give you my distinctions on this and how not only do I stay focused, highly energized, you got to lead a team, you got to do all of that. Get a pen and paper. This is a big one. All right, number one. So how do you stay focused and succeed at creating strategies when you're first starting out? Well, first of all, what are you going to do? What is the revenue producing idea that you have? And we'll get to entities later. In fact, go to my search bar and search for what kind of company you're going to put this in because you're not going to be a sole proprietor, not my world. That's just, you. But how do you stay focused on the strategies? So number one, what's the vision? What's the mission? What are you doing? What's the problem you're solving? So I teach money. Right? And that's a huge category. In the beginning, I didn't go as broad. I wasn't teaching all the business strategies until I started flipping businesses and really understanding that whole thing. I really just taught core financial foundation things in the beginning. And then I added in who you know me or see me now to be. I mean, we're 20-something years into the making of this content. So it's way out there. But if I think back to, Marin County, California, way back in the day in my home office, when I started this, I hired one person to set appointments for me, right? And I stayed very focused on the revenue I needed to produce. I was a single mom, pregnant at the time, knew I'd be a single mom. He didn't want to be a dad. It's a pretty simple answer. So you got to stay focused on how much money you need to make so you don't need to have that job eventually. Now, some of you actually come to us and you say, I want the job and a business. That's fine. To have just a job and no business is not fine. Not if you're going to become a millionaire, not if you're going to really reduce your taxes and do this whole strategy. So first of all, what's the problem you're solving? I'm solving the problem of money. Most people have no clue about money. They don't know how to live with money. They don't know how to behave around money. So I solved that problem. What's the problem you're going to solve? And don't have a whole plethora of what I call fantasy island ideas. Like solve a problem, get really good at it, then solve another problem, get good at it, and then expand your resources. How do you stay focused on that is what's your goal. You've got to write down put down what I call KPIs, key performance indicators. What are they for you? How do you know? We just did some KPIs for a new venture we're doing, Ask RMS, right? So go to askrms.com. You're going to learn all about our new rapid marketing system and how we're going to do that for you because it's one of the hardest things to get up and running. So we set our KPIs, right? We need 10 a week. Divide by 5, that's 2 a day. So it's like a, supplement. Super easy. Go get those. So what are the first things you're going to sell to create the money? So I design businesses a little differently. I don't design from just your heart and soul of things. I design from your checkbook and what your family needs. And then we reverse engineer it back into that. So what's your vision? What's your focus? What's the problem you solve? What are you going to sell people? So right now is probably the best opportunity for me to give you tickets to my Millionaire Intensive and Marketplace if you have not come. So you can click on the link below. For 2 hours, I teach you how to be a millionaire. And then the rest of it, I teach you how to actually get up and running. And then we actually produce a marketplace for about 3 hours where you can make some money. And that's a great place to test your vision, the problem you're solving. Do people want what you have? Just get out in front of a camera. By the way, 90% of business is done camera to camera right now. It's not live. It's not people flying around the world. It's on Zooms or webinars and this kind of interaction. So you're going to have to get used to it. If you say, well, I have a radio face, well, learn how to have a camera face. You're going to have to. So stand behind the camera. You're losing an enormous amount of the market share if you're not willing to come to camera. You have to. So other things to stay focused, create a routine, live by a calendar. I live and I shouldn't say die by a calendar, but my effectiveness is throughout the day. I plan every hour what's going on. And that includes like for those of you that are single parents or at a home office, if you want to go work out, you got to structure your life that you can be successful. That means you get care for your kids. I don't care what you home moms say, or even home parents, you home dads, the kids are going to come up and they're going to they're not going to say bother you, but they're going to want attention. Like I remember when I was in my home office in Marin County, Logan would crawl down the hallway and sit by the door and be like, Mom, he knew I was in there. So we put another door in front of that door, and like we created some structures, like we created a back door so he wasn't around in the background all the time. You've got to create yourself for success. And if that's remodeling a little bit, restructuring a little bit, also creating structures. Like I had this whole structure when they were old enough where if they knew I was on a coaching call or if I was here live, they would come and they just put their hand on my arm. That means they need something, but they're not interrupting and blurting out. And when they're old enough, they can do that. So you're going to have to create some structures, calendars, routines, and live by the routines. You have to. Some of you live emotionally in your whole life. What do I want to do today? Not what needs to get done to get this business off the ground, to get cash in your bank. So again, this is for you and your family and getting it set up right. The last thing I'm going to say about focus, and I know this is a lot of content on this one piece, is you're going to have to train the people around you that you've decided to get serious about helping other people and serving other people's lives. So this lovely thing called your phone is critical. And so I remember having to train my friends and family, don't call me between, I had like 8 to 6 hours. I'm not going to call you, because there's also, it's not just that they're distracting you, there's an energy distraction. If you're focused on business, then time block, even 2 hours at a time. I'm going to go do this. And then you could have some other like relaxed different time. But you allow phone calls of anybody who needs your time throughout your day. You're going to be distracted. You're not going to be focused. And believe me, energetically, it's going to be draining. You're going to have really, really long, exhausting days. If you end your day not going, dang, that was a good day, then you got to reset your day. So for some of you, it's going to take a little time if you've not lived like this. And again, I'd never, ever endorse a personal life and a professional life. You have a life. So integrate it as fast as you can. So number 2 is overcoming further distractions. So what are the further distractions? Your environment's a huge part. So if you need to build a home office and it's in a spare bedroom, do you really need the spare bedroom? How often? I don't know how many clients I've had say, yeah, but I keep that from our parents, or I keep it for whoever's coming over, our friend. Well, how often do they come? Twice a year? Reorganize the office the 2 times a year, but set that environment up that you feel successful. I know when I first started coaching, I'm a huge trigger, like visually, I trigger a lot of creativity. So I would have huge bookshelves around me and huge things that would trigger creativity towards my client, new ideas, things that would remind me of, things I need to tell you or talk to you about. So create your environment, no distractions. If it's a bedroom, make it an office, like a pure office, and things that motivate you. If you need music to get in state, use music. If you need to work out before, do that. So you have to control your time and time manage. And I hate that word. I'm going to call it energy manage. You need to manage your energy in time blocks. In less than 2 hours, it's not really worth it. So really block your time. What are you doing? I'll just give you even when you get more mature into business. Like when I'm on camera, I don't have other meetings throughout this day until this day is over. I don't take coaching calls within this day. I don't do sales calls within this day. I don't do other business calls. I block the time and you stay 100% focused on what you're doing. I don't believe in balance, because balance means if you look at a scale, everything's equal. It's not equal. Right now, I'm giving 100% to you on this camera. Later, I'll give 100% to my daughter at a basketball game. You can have it all, but you're not balanced. I don't believe in that term. I think it's an odd term. I think you think balance is like everything's going to be the same. That's a lot of work and it's never going to happen. The last thing I say about distractions is just put down perfect. In my book, Yes Energy, I wrote, if perfection equals poverty is actually the chapter title. Because you're never going to be perfect. It's good enough. Get it to market. Now, before I go into the third point really quick, subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button. This is easy stuff. You could even give this video to your kids and say, this is the same thing they need to do with school, right? So start maturing them in creating their own schedule, manage their own schedule. Can they get where they need to go? Are they communicating to you that they need to be where they need to be? This is part of parenting families, and instead of just leaving it to your own kids' devices. So start these life skills is really what this is. Early. And please share this channel. If there's something out here that you're not seeing that I'm talking about, put it in my comment section. Don't go off my channel. Go look for somebody else. Once you start following a guru, you got to stay in the lane that I teach. If you try to add other people's stuff to the way I teach, you're going to get a little convoluted. There's a lane to the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, to my brand, to a variety of brands. And then there's Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey. You can't collide there. I got to be out of debt and stay employed and blah, blah, blah. They're the best, safe, and stable people. I'm the millionaire people. So once you start following a path, make sure you stay in that lane, all right? It's like being fat and skinny. You can't be broke and get rich all at the same time. So what do you want? Back to how do you stay focused to start your business? Again, I keep revenue goals top of mind. What do you need to make per month to get where you need to go? Break it down per week, break it down per day. And your revenue producing day is the most effective thing that I've ever designed that you need to be doing. What do you need to do to put money in the bank account? Not be busy creating things, especially if people haven't bought those things. If they haven't bought them, again, you're going to sell it, then build it. So you should not be building anything, writing a book, doing anything until you go get a market. You got to get a market first. The power of focus and determination is all with you. Some people say, well, I just listen to you because you motivate me. Well, that's like I call it the hot bath, cold bath syndrome. So for like a minute, you could be in our event or you could listen to a video, feel motivated, and then like the hot bath part of it. And then an hour later, because you're not actually internally driven, it's just like the cold bath. You're like, well, now what do I do? So you've got to lean in and learn. I was actually on a call last night with a client who kept saying, I have a fear of all this, the unknown. It's like life's unknown. Like lean in and learn. Replace the word fear with knowledge. Lean in and say, I'm going to be here. So you're going to be here every day. I'm here. My channel is 5 days a week, all year long. And I need you here, taking lessons, learning lessons, and then making the changes in your life so you're focused. So power of focus and determination is how bad do you want this? Right? So my $1 trillion tip is I live a mission way beyond myself. So I made it enough decades ago, right? Actually, I would say, 1999, I became a millionaire in 2 categories. And then in 2002, another category. When it's not just about the money, then what keeps you driven and motivated and serving and helping, and which also keeps the money coming in, it's a mission beyond yourself. So until you know that you're going to serve a lot of lives and you're going to get out here and do it. And see, a lot of you say you want to help a lot of people, but you're playing a very small game and you're helping maybe a dozen. That's great. Now let's put a couple zeros behind that dozen. I'm talking 3, 4, 5 zeros. Now you're helping. Now you're making a difference. So if that's what you're here to do, then get out here and do it. So that's focus, determination. Got to say this is about getting the right mentor. So ask me any question. I am your mentor in the business finance space. I've been through all of it. I'm a single mom, farm girl from Nebraska, you name it. I've built it, and I'm a straight shooter. So go to askloral.com, ask me any questions, say, how do I become your student, your client, and you'll talk to our team. I'd love to see you on the other side when you have my cell phone number and you can actually text me. That'd be fabulous. Talk soon.